Christmas means different things to different people, but today we're making something that means a lot to a lot of people. What the hell did I just say? You know, if it's not obvious, I don't think about what I'm going to say until right before the cameras start.
You've had a week to plan.
I did. I had some time. I like to be spontaneous. I don't really know why I was going with that. I was going to say Christmas means a lot of different things to different people, and we're going to make something today that is not normally what I don't know. We're making freaking tamales. Why? Because we can, and because they're an important part of Christmas to a lot of people. We're going to make three kinds. A birria. Do you see that drip? I'm getting dripped on here. It rained in San Diego and we're getting dripped on. Birria. Tamales. Why? Because, why the hell not? Because they're insanely delicious. Green chili chicken. So good. And cheeseburger. Because Max said cheeseburger tamales.
Yeah.
We hope it doesn't piss anybody off. Like my carne asada with soy sauce, which is delicious and you should make it. And yes, it pissed some people off and that's okay. If you're not pissing people off, you're not doing anything interesting. Right, Max? And remember everybody, it's Max's idea for the cheeseburger tamales, which by the way, are gonna be insanely delicious. Here's the thing, tamales aren't complicated. They're just sort of extra work that should be shared. This is a perfect holiday morning thing to make with a bunch of people. Takes you a couple hours to get them together and then build them, then steaming, then it's worth it. But you got a bunch of hands there, spread it out, everybody gets a job. Somebody's making filling, somebody's making the masa, you're spreading, you're filling, you're rolling, you're putting them in the thing, you're steaming. It's all good. It's all really, really good. Okay, we're gonna start with our fillings. And first up will be the birria. And by the way, we've made birria tacos before in a pot and in a pressure cooker. We'll pressure cook them today. We'll shorten up the directions because you don't need to live through the whole thing again. We start by browning beef in a pressure cooker. Take it out and add onions, garlic, a little apple cider vinegar, and the beef goes back. Meanwhile, to softening chilies, we add seasonings and tomatoes, blend into a puree, put in with the beef, and cook on high pressure, 50 minutes. Next up will be the green chili chicken, and they begin with shredded cooked chicken. You buy it from the store if you want, or you can make your own. We'll add to that some diced green chilies. Lovely. Just two more things. This is chipotle paste. Oh, sorry, that noise. God. About a tablespoon of that, and some shredded Monterey Jack cheese, a nice amount. And to this we will mix. Mix this really well. Incorporate everything. You want the chipotle getting all the way through. A little more cheese. Beautiful. Next up, the cheeseburger. And cheeseburger begins with a little oil in a hot pan and some ground beef. And this, we're just gonna start to cook. That should be obvious. We're not putting raw beef in these. We want it cooked. So just break it up. I want to add a little Montreal steak seasoning for a little boost of flavor. And when it starts changing color, we will add some diced yellow onion. We all like onions in our cheeseburgers, don't we, lads?
Yeah.
So why would this be any different? All the makings of a cheeseburger just in a tamale. And once everything is browned nicely, once the pink is left, tiny little bit's okay, we'll take it off the heat and we'll finish it off. Well, because it's not an actual cheeseburger setup, we're gonna make our sauce in here. We're gonna make our sauce in the pan instead of going on. And our sauce is fairly traditional, and get some mayo, a little hit of mustard, your basic yellow mustard. And instead of ketchup, I like chili sauce that comes like this. I call this, what do I call it? Like Americanized chili sauce, as opposed to Asian spicy chili sauce. Into this, we will mix. This is gonna be nuts. This is gonna be nuts. All right, this will cool down. Our chicken's done. Our birria is finishing. Now we'll move on to the masa, the important part. So there's two important components when you're making the masa for this, and one is the masa. It's right here. Masa de harina, you just buy it in a supermarket. Almost all of them have it. If yours doesn't, go yell at them, because they should. This side is gonna be for prepping the lard, and that's what we're gonna use to make it delicious. There you go, your basic everyday lard. Recipes below. This will make about a dozen to 15 of these. That's half a cup. So in it goes, I lock it, and then drop everything beside you. Once you've picked it up, start this a-mixing. We want this smooth. So we're gonna give that a couple of minutes. While that's starting to soften and get smooth, we add a couple things to our masa on this side. The first thing will be a teaspoon of baking powder, about a half a teaspoon of salt, and then for flavoring, and this is kind of optional, but I like it. I like about a teaspoon of chili powder and about the same of cumin. We'll give these guys a little mix. This we're going to slowly be incorporating into the lard in about a minute. So slow it down a bit, and now this will start going in here. And of course, it's going to make a terrible dry mess, so we're going to help it along with a little chicken broth. And we'll do this slowly, little by little. Chicken broth, a little masa, a little chicken broth, a little masa, a little chicken broth. We're looking for a smooth, paste-like consistency when we're done. Finish this off with broth. You want it spreadable. You don't want it soaking wet. So we can stop it and have a look at what we've got. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Great. It's sort of peanut butter-like. I'm just gonna put a wet paper towel over the top of this to keep it from drying out. We'll wait for our birria, and then we build. Who's ready for this process?
Yeah.
Here's our masa, perfectly spreadable. Here's what they're going into. Soaked corn husks. The bowl has helped keep them down. You wanna do this for 3 or 4 hours or even overnight, because you want them nice and soft. Nice and soft. The process is pretty simple. First, you wanna find decent size ones. You know, some of these little tiny ones are not so great. This is nice.
Not all husks are created equal.
Not all husks are created equal. Let's take a husk. Now there's two sides. There's a smooth side and a rough side. You want to use the smoother side. The rough side is not going to be your friend for this. This guy's a little torn up at the top, but that's okay. So here's what we're going to do. Take about a 1/4 cup. We'll put it on here. And now, there's different ways you can do this. I like to take a bag and spread like this. Some people like to take one of these guys and spread down like this, except when I can never make this thing work, hence the bag. So now, let's go with, we'll do some chicken first. And we're gonna take some of our chicken mixture, and we're not gonna put that much in here, a couple spoonfuls like this. And now you take this guy, you fold them over like that, you take this guy, fold them over like this, beautiful. They're gonna go into our steamer just like this. All right, so we finish up with our chicken. We'll make 3 or 4 of those. We'll do the same thing with our cheeseburger, and then the birria out of the pressure cooker. And look, that's what you want. That is what you want. Oh my God, how's this smell, Max?
Insane.
You're getting a birria facial.
Insane.
Let's tamale-ize these.
Tamalify.
Tamalify? All right, and the last kid looks like this. Look, am I a perfect tamale roller? No. Will that make a difference? Certainly not to me or Max or Chance. The other thing you can do is this. So you got your tamale rolled. If you want, take one of the husks like this, and you could make a couple little strips and tie this guy up. I do find that one is not enough. I was never a Boy Scout, so my knotting abilities suck. Now, what you got here, boys, is a cute little package. Just like that. If you want to go to that trouble, I don't think it's necessary. If my mom was coming, which she can't, I might do that. All right, they're rolled, they're ready, time to get them in our steamer. Okay, so I don't have a perfect steamer, and it's not perfect because this is pretty close to the bottom. There's about 1.5 inches worth of water, and I want them to steam for 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and I really don't want it to run out, so I've got the water as high as I can. I'm gonna lift it with this, and then I'm gonna just throw this around the outside, not really covering up much in the way of steam holes. Now I feel like I can get them in here okay. So we'll take our chicken guys and we'll put them here in the middle, and I'm gonna try and just lean them up against one another. And now everybody else will just fall in around on the edges. I mean, look, when you don't have so many that they're just gonna be going right to the edge, you just want to try and support them so they're standing up. I prefer to steam them standing up than laying down because cheese will ooze and it's not really what I want. There we go. I'm going to take another husk that I didn't use, place it over the top to try and keep the steam in. The lid will go on and it will say goodbye, and we will see you in 90 to 120 minutes. Fuck.
All right, just what'd you do? Tell us what you just said to us. Show us what you did.
I forgot the cheese for the cheeseburger.
Pull one out real quick.
Fucking hell, man.
Stuff that cheese in there.
I don't know if I can do this. Here's my cheeseburger. But here's the problem. The problem is it's kind of got to go underneath it. Ah, fuck. Piece of shit. Where are the other ones? Here's one. Here's 2. Oh, my
Oh, you don't have to do
God.
all of them if you don't want.
Yes, I do. Fuck it. All right, we've been steaming for what, almost a couple hours, and voila. So you would normally want them to rest a little bit. Look, okay, they're hot. Look it.
Oh, what do you know? 2 of your shitty towels in view.
Tamales. Tamales. All right, let's take them out. Except I can't remember which is which now. I think that's cheeseburger. Looks like cheeseburger to me. All right, I gotta take them out. So cheeseburger. Ow. Cheeseburger. If I said cheeseburger, 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 what would you say? Of course, you're too young.
What is it?
Saturday Night Live. Chicken. Ow. Cheeseburger. This one came out real wonky. I don't even know what this is.
Unknown.
Chicken. Oh. Shit. It's hot. Oh. Birria. Dang. Ay, ay, ay. Well, there they are. There's our lineup. There's our tamale lineup. I suppose I should have wrapped some a certain way so I'd known what they were, because until you open them up, you're not going to have any idea. So let's open up a birria guy. Let's open up this one. See, so when they've cooked properly and long enough, they separate from here. If you go to pull off the husk and it's sticking, you're not done, bud. You're not done. And I suppose we should have a bite, right? Right. What the hell? Let's just have this bite. Steaming. It's going to be hot. You get the outside smell first, and then you round the corner and you get birria. What I like first is the absolute straight deliciousness of them. So good. But the masa part is tender. Sometimes you have tamales and it's like concrete. No, not concrete. Just straight delicious. And yeah, they could sit a little bit, but I don't think we could have done that. I could not have waited. Look in here. Oh my God, whose phone is going off? That is so unprofessional. Well, that's the end of tamale day. As we've said, the thing is, gather up a bunch of your friends and family and make a big ass pile of these. Are mine the most elegant, perfectly put together ones? No. Are they delicious? Oh, hell yes. And isn't that what's important? We didn't even make a sauce for them. We could have, but a little sour cream, a little salsa, you're good to go. I feel like you've done enough work getting to this point that you don't have to go crazy doing other stuff. Thanks, everybody. Hey, don't forget, we have to give away a 7-inch Nakiri knife, and it's gonna go to